So, how are you doing today? Bad? Me too. What's the problem? Scared about the current political and economic state of the world? Me too. Do you want to talk about it? I didn't think so. Well, listen. I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm in love with you. Well, 2 years after my first attempt, I'm back for another round of professional relationship advice. Hopefully I don't ruin anyone's lives again. Let's get into it. Although before we get into it, you see there's this song. It's called Time of Our Lives, sung by Neo and Pitbull. Now, if you're a 2000s baby, maybe a late 90s baby, you know this song very well. And there's a point, I think it's the bridge or whatever the fuck it's called, towards the end of the song where Pitbull says, "This for everybody going through tough times. Believe me, been there, done that. But every day above ground is a great day. Remember that." No. Simply no. Every day is not a great day. Even if I'm above ground, I'm breathing. That's really it. It doesn't mean it's a great day. Pitbull, you're wrong. Now I know you're happy with your bald, shiny bald head. All right, and your little glasses. My life isn't that easy. My life isn't that fun, Pitbull. I just need to get something off of my chest for a moment, because if I don't, I fear the consequences for me may become disastrous. First of all, my neighbor's dog is barking. No idea why the dog's barking, okay? I don't know what the neighbors are doing. I have no idea what the neighbors are doing, but this dog has been barking in a repeated fat pattern for about an hour or two now. I don't understand dogs that bark all the time. You just put the dog outside, what the fuck is it barking at? Literally, what the fuck is there to bark at? We're in the middle of nowhere. I'm annoyed at that. My annoyance for this dog is also heightened because both of the neighbors' dogs are like stupid fucking animals, and the neighbors are irresponsible adults who let their dogs out to free roam. The dogs walk in the middle of the fucking road, okay? And then they come in our yard and they shit in it. Just Tuesday morning, I'm outside and I'm on a walk/run on the road. I'm walking past the neighbor's house and I see both of these dogs over in the field across the road where the other neighbor's property is, and the one's just squatting right in the field, fucking shitting in it. I already have a problem with the neighbor's dogs, so that's something that's bothering me today. And then, of course, you know, my back hurts just really bad today, just seemingly for no reason. I take my cat to the vet yesterday. Everything's fine, and then they open up the cat's mouth, and then the vet just wiggles her fucking front canine. The thing's about to pop right out, and I'm like, I didn't know that was going on. Now I have to they have to put her asleep to do an x-ray, and then they have to remove her teeth, and I have to do this or else she's gonna be suffering in pain, and her teeth and gums are just gonna get worse and worse. And by the way, I take her to the yearly visits. This literally developed over a year. And then I was supposed to donate blood last week, and then that didn't work out because the people who were trying to do the donation were completely incompetent. And so now I have nerve pain going down my entire right forearm, as if I didn't already have enough of that in my entire back and leg. And I'm just sitting here and I'm asking myself, when will my life in hell end? Am I destined for eternal torment? When does it end, God? God, I saith to you, when will my life improve? There was a lightning storm last night. I was waiting for him to just strike me down and make it end! With that all out of the way, let's get into the actual video. I don't feel like this needs to be said, but I'm going through the relationship advice subreddit and reading posts and then giving, again, professional grade relationship advice. Just for clarification, this is all a bit. I am not a registered therapist. If you need actual therapy or mental health, I'm not the one to go to. This is all a joke. The guy, 22 male, that I, 21 female, am dating, is learning ASL from my brother. But my friends think it's creepy. How do I proceed with this? Never talk to your friends again. I'm going to read this. Looks pretty long, so I think I'll pick and choose, because girl, the fuck you writing a whole fucking novel for on Reddit, okay? And here's the thing. I've written long posts on Reddit before when I've been in dark periods of my life. Seems like I gotta write another one of those. I've done it. I've written long paragraphs, and I'm telling you right now, I know how long it takes to write a long paragraph with proper grammatical whatever the fuck on Reddit. At least a half hour, if not an hour, to sit there and actually type everything out. I'm just saying this right now. That's how long these people are taking. So you know they're in a dark, dark place. If you're going to Reddit for any sort of advice, you're in a very, very dark place. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, a blanket statement for where I presume this is going. What I'm thinking is that, oh my God, the neighbor's dog is across the road right now in the road of my driveway. It is completely logical to be afraid of all men. I'm afraid of men. If you were to ask me if I wanted to be in a room with a bunch of men, I'd probably say no. That scares me for a lot of reasons. Actual logical reasons being parts of my identity and stuff like that. I say all this to say that I think a lot of what men do, sometimes it's like they can't do anything right. Not that they're doing anything wrong. It's that I think society in some ways has taken logical reasons to be distrustful of men. And sometimes people who are really out there, very Twitter-brained, kind of blow it out of proportion to where anything a guy does is creepy, or anything a guy does in a relationship is like he's trying to manipulate you, he's trying to do this and this, when that very well might not be his intent. Like I said, I'm not gonna read all this, but the poster, she's been dating her boyfriend for a bit. Her brother has been deaf since birth, so everyone talks through sign language. Her parents like her boyfriend. Her boyfriend and her brother have good relationship together and everything, and they've been playing games online since then. That's all great. 2 weeks ago, John visited home along with me again for my mom's birthday. There, he surprised everyone, including me, by communicating with Trev through ASL. John was still at the alphabets, some basic words, and some rehearsed phrases, but we were all delighted that he even made the effort. Trev's face lit up, and I've never seen him happier, having a new long-term friend with low communication barriers. Apparently, John had been watching some YouTube tutorials and got a free subscription to Skillshare to learn ASL. Now that's all great. I was so happy with this, so I told my close friend group from high school. Well, that's your big mistake. You haven't moved on from high school. However, most of my friends, especially my closest guy friend, told me what John was doing was a red flag because it could be a form of obsession and emotional manipulation. Okay, so everything I said before getting into this, I think it still stands true, but I think this is someone abusing therapy speak. He also said it was creepy because John's becoming too attached to my family when we've only been dating about 5 months. He also said that John might only be doing it so he could get laid or something. I'm telling you all right now, which it just doesn't mean much coming from me anyway because I'm a virgin and don't really care to change that. I don't think I would learn an entire new language to get laid. That's like levels of, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to use the word, simping, because that's so incel-brained or whatever. That's like levels of weird that I could never reach. And I'm a weird person. Pee on me, do whatever, but I know there's some validity to what my friend said. No, there isn't, but I'm not really convinced. John has been a wonderful and sincere guy the entire time, and I know it's naive to say this because he's my first ever relationship, but I can see this becoming long-term. Yes, we haven't hooked up yet because I told him I wasn't ready yet, and he never pressured me to do it. However, is his behavior something I should really be concerned about? Again, I don't have experience with dating relationships, so I don't know if there's something that's truly concerning. My friends are pushing for me to break up with John, but I'm not sure how to proceed with this. This is ridiculous. You need to tell your friends to fuck right fuckity off and say, hey, my brother, the deaf person in this situation, is happy about this. I'm happy about this. There's literally no signs that my boyfriend is doing anything wrong. How about you all chill the fuck out, and if you don't, I'm gonna chill you out for you. I'm gonna lock you in a fucking freezer like in a fucking saw trap. Put fucking ice cold water on you till you freeze into a fucking icicle. Let's read the top comment. Your friends are thieves of joy. It's really poetic. Like if you're dating someone, you know them well, you're around them, you're in a physical and emotional relationship with them, and you have no reason to fear them, why would you be, why, there's no sign to pointing that they are a danger to you? Why would your friends react this way? This is so absurd. My professional advice is dump your friends and give them an ultimatum. That's actually always my advice in any sort of situation you ever have in a relationship. Make sure to give that person an ultimatum. Solves pretty much every problem, I've noticed. My 30 female boyfriend, 37M, uses my poor eyesight and glasses as a part of sex. I'll tell you what, and I'll tell you right now, people have a kink for anything. Anything. Take it from me. I've been with my boyfriend for a couple of years now. On the surface, we have had a good relationship, and he ticks so many of my boxes. My friends love him, my parents love him, and they always say how lucky I am to have found him. But there's one aspect that's been bothering me for years, and I'm finally realizing how much it's impacted me. Now, I'm just gonna let you all know, I usually don't give like trigger warnings or whatever, but this post in particular, it's gonna get pretty bad. I'm extremely nearsighted. My prescription is -14, -15. And now for reference, I'm -7.5 in both eyes. I thought I was bad. I can barely fucking see. But this is legally blind levels. Over the years, my boyfriend and I have somehow developed a normal relationship that taking off my glasses became his way of initiating sex or intimacy. Okay, as long as you've been okay with that, that's fine. He never asked or said anything. He would just remove my glasses. I've asked if I can please keep them on for the time being, but he doesn't listen. Okay. That's always a great sign. Sometimes he takes them away before I'm even awake. If I reach for my glasses and they're not on my nightstand, I already know what's coming. Afterwards, he gives them back and it's become our unspoken pattern. Or is it his unspoken pattern? Now that part I don't mind so much. I can put these down as his kinks, but the part that bothers me are times where he's held onto them as part of foreplay and making me beg in a way he found playful, and teases me on how thick my glasses are. I hated it. It's demeaning and makes me feel a little humiliated about my eyesight. It stopped feeling okay a long time ago. Now this is where it gets even worse. A few days ago, I finally said something. I told him very nicely I didn't want my glasses to be a part of our sex life anymore. I even said it was starting to feel like he was exploiting a disability. He got defensive immediately. Again, another good sign. Told me I was accusing him of something horrible and attacking his character. The next morning when I woke up, my glasses were gone. When I asked for them, he said, since you think I've been taking advantage of your disability, let's see how it really feels to be disabled, and left the house. I eventually found them in the kitchen with one of the arms broken and one of the lens had fallen out, and after crying myself back to sleep, I spent the day trying to fix them. This is actually cray. This is not funny, it's actually cray. How can I approach this going forward? You leave him. You know, this is kind of like the therapist bit thing, you know, say the most extreme thing ever, it's funny, but no, this was 4 months ago. Girl, I really hope you left him. This already is abusive. It will get worse. 100%. My 26 female boyfriend, 30 male, got me Pokemon for Christmas and I can't let it go. Do I call it quits or work it out? If someone gave me a modern Pokemon game for Christmas, I'd probably leave them. I'm just gonna tell you right now. If I woke up on Christmas morning and my mom had bought me the brand new Nintendo Switch 2 and had also bought me Pokemon Legends ZA, I would fucking blow up the house and leave. That's like actually an insult to my character and an insult to me as a gamer. Now, that's not what happened in this video. Basically, this guy likes Pokemon and she doesn't like Pokemon, yet he still got her Pokemon cards for Christmas. My mom, right? I could say a lot of things about her. Mostly bad. That doesn't hate video games, actually is fascinated by them, but she's very, very bad at them. Very bad. Imagine if I got her a PlayStation. I bought her like Dark Souls 3 for the PlayStation. How fucking whack that would be. What the fuck would she do with that? Because why would you ever buy something for someone that is something you like that they don't? What? It just doesn't make sense to me. People do not make sense to me. When you buy a gift for someone, you think, what would they like, right? What's something they've been talking about that they really, I've noticed when conversations they've mentioned this. Better yet, ask someone, hey, if I got you a gift, what would you want? Ask for them a few options, because I'm a motherfucker who hates getting gifts I did not fucking ask for, because there's like a 50% chance I'm gonna fucking hate it. Don't. I would rather have an expectation that I know probably what I'm going to get, at least somewhat, than have you give me a fucking like stand mixer or something, and then I'm like, actually that was a real situation. A couple years ago, it's like, I don't know, 7 years ago now, my mom, I thought she was gonna get me a Switch for Christmas, and well, she got me a stand mixer. Now I've grown to appreciate the stand mixer. It's a KitchenAid, it's a nice mixer, but I did not ask for a stand mixer, and it was very strange, and I felt really bad because I felt like I was being super, super ungrateful. Because if you've been dating this guy for multiple years and he doesn't understand that you should get someone gifts that they like, I don't know if you want to deal with that for the rest of your life. That's cray. My 28 male husband, 27 male, just came out as straight. I accidentally saved the updated version of this post and I can't find a link to the original. I don't even give a fuck. Sorry, I don't care. This is crazy. First of all, this is crazy because most of the time it's someone's coming out as gay in a straight relationship. I'm not going to give too much detail on this since it is a private matter. But I know someone in my life who has been married to a man for a long time, has multiple children with him. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, stereotype or whatever. So I've never commented on it before, but he does have a, as the kids say, zesty personality. What I'm trying to say is that stereotypically, you might think he is a homosexual. Turns out, and now they've been together for since I was like 7. So that's a long time. I'm old, okay? And so he has left her. I'm sorry. I really hope no one I know is watching this. It's like definitely not, like that's actually a horrible situation to be in. It's sad. I don't know if he lied about it or something. That's really, really dark and messed up if that's the issue. I don't know if he just discovered this. Well, I discovered it a long time ago. Girl, I could tell by those fucking scarves you're wearing. Female 24, I found out a horrible secret about my fiance, male 27. How do I confront him? Not safe for work. When I save posts for these videos, I skim through them to see if I have some jokes in the head that are popping in automatically. Because I'm not going to sit here and bomb to no one, obviously. But this one, I'm going to warn you, it's really dark. Like, actually, for engagement, comment down below where you think this is going. She found out a horrible secret about her fiance. What do you think could be so bad about him that she found out enough to call it horrible and that it is also not safe for work? What do you think it is? Because I'm telling you right now, you're not going to fucking guess what it is. We have been together for 3 years and a half. Everything had been great. In fact, I would say the healthiest relationship I've ever been in. He's been caring and sweet and a little introverted. We've never had any serious arguments at all. Around 2 days ago, he fell asleep with his phone on. He has it set to never lock. What? Hopefully this guy isn't like a leftist or something, because you better get a password. You better turn off that Face ID, because the feds, they are going to go in there. Let me tell you. They've tried it with me before. I decided to take a peek, not really expecting to find anything, but now I feel really stupid for it. Okay, if this is real, I am not placing any blame on this woman, because what she has found out is, I don't even know how I would proceed. I don't understand why people like just pick up someone's phone to investigate. Like, if you have like an idea that something's going on, something odd is going on, I completely understand in that situation, snooping through someone's phone, even if it's not morally correct. You know, it's not morally correct to kill someone, but you know, in some cases, some people, you know, if someone's coming at me with a knife, I just don't understand why you would pick up someone's phone. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. Maybe not for this one, but I found he collects videos and pictures of dead bodies, men and women. He even has several playlists on YouTube ranging from funerals to autopsies. I didn't know you could post that on here. You know, my video for reading the Unabomber's manifesto gets taken down. They are perfectly organized. None of it is over the top violent, but it's all post-mortem. I am talking about hundreds of these photos and videos. Maybe he's just autistic. At first I tried to blame it on his grief and the fact he suffered way too many losses, nearly his entire family. What? However, these albums and playlists have titles with very inappropriate undertones. Okay. I also found he bookmarked 2 pages, both of which display pictures and stories of deceased people. Again, with very obvious sexual romantic intent, and even explicitly so for the stories. Well, why exactly else would you save pictures of dead people if... He has never been violent or expressed any kind of sadism towards me or anyone else that I know of. He has never spoken before about he finds funerals and death to be quite peaceful and something he finds beauty in, but I never saw this as strange considering what he's been through. Now I'm not sure what he meant by that. I'm honestly upset, but I haven't been able to really gather the courage to confront him about this. I mean, I'm so confused. I never saw anything like this before. If anyone could offer me any guidance on how to bring this up to him, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. You don't bring this up. You get a suitcase. If you don't have one, buy one with cash so it cannot be traced. Bring it home when he is not there. Put all of your valuables in there. Bring what you cannot live without. Pack that bitch full. Take some money out of the bank and fucking get on a bus out of there. Not a plane, because that, with your luck, you'll probably fucking die on that in these days. Get on a bus or a train and get the fuck out of there. In fact, contact someone to see if you can get a brand new passport, leave the country. Because this is, I fear, something that I, as a therapist, cannot solve for you. This is a bit past my area of expertise. What's the word? Necromancy? That's not what it is. Necrophilia, not something I have skill with personally or intrapersonally. So that's my advice. You know, if you want to work this through with him, well, you'll be the next picture in his phone probably. So I, 28 female, have been faking most orgasms with my husband, 31 male, for years, and it's now causing problems. I have a lot to say about this. First of all, if any of you are avid watchers of adult films, have you ever watched an adult film that's including a woman in it, and it's very obvious that she has faked her pleasure experience? Let me say that is the most mood ruiner thing ever. Because maybe the cisgender men watching can't tell that it's very obviously fake, but I can, and it makes me feel like kind of depressed. And I'm like, I don't know, I get kind of sad. I'm like, I don't know, does she really even like doing this? You just kind of get out of the mood because you're like looking at it, and then it's like, what am I even looking at right now? Like, you know what really ruins a mood is when I open up, you know, a website, which I expect the front page to be very vanilla stuff. And then the front page is like videos from fucking Bolivia or some shit with like only 200 views. And it's literally like a prolapsed anus. That is a real thing I saw one day. And I wasn't looking at anything weird, I swear to fucking God. It was the most normal, vanilla shit. Like, I didn't put in any keywords for anything weird. And then that just shows up. And let me tell you, that's happened more times than you could possibly imagine. Not that exact situation. The situation where it's like very bizarre stuff on the homepage. And I'm always in private browsing, so there's not a record of what I've been looking at. And yet it'll be like the whole front page is like fucking like intense foot fetish stuff. And I'm like, how do they even know this? I'm just gonna say, if sex is an important part of your relationship, why are you with someone who cannot make you feel good? My husband and I have been together for 7 years, married for 3. Since the beginning of our relationship, I've had the bad habit of faking orgasms during penetrative sex. At first I thought it wasn't a big deal, but as time went on, I felt stuck. I've never truly orgasm penetration alone. However, I do regularly often multiple times. For example, my husband usually stops after I finish 3 times, but I've even hit 14 during solo play. I don't know what your profession is. Maybe you sit at a fucking desk all day. Whatever it is, you need to quit it, and you've got to get yourself into lesbian porn acting, because this is fucking insane. These are unmatched levels. 14 fucking times? How is that even possible? The problem started because he seemed to take pride in pleasuring me during sex. I didn't want to ruin that for him. It made him feel accomplished and confident. Why are you babying your husband like he's a child? Also, most women cannot, feel the immense pleasure from just having something in them. That's like a known fact. Yesterday, everything changed. Out of nowhere, he implied that I'm sexually selfish because I focus on my pleasure instead of his during sex. I was shocked, first because I faked those for his benefit, and second, because I thought it made sense for me to finish first, since sex is essentially over after he finishes. He suggested I focus more on his pleasure instead of mine. He said that by me usually always finishing before him, it seems that I'm focusing more on my pleasure than his. Baby, tell him what you've been doing this whole time, and then give him an ultimatum. Duh. My partner, 28 male, whispered, "I hate you," when he thought I, 37 male, was asleep. Do you think he means it? This is some Joker level kinds of insanity. I really think he does mean that. Me and my partner have been together for 7 years. We've had arguments in the past and almost broke up more than once. We had an argument today while making dinner. I put the dry pasta in the pot before putting in the boiling water from the kettle, and this got him really angry. Where do you live? Why do you, what? I'm angry that you're cooking your pasta like that. Put it in the fucking pot, boil the water, and then put the pasta in. What are you boiling it in something else? What? I was supposed to heat up the water in the pot and then put the pasta in. Well, that's what I said. I don't know why you did that. He stopped talking to me, and that rest of the evening, he went into a different room and I went to bed. At about 2 a.m., I'm surprised about 3:33 in the morning, he came into the room and he thought I was sleeping and whispered, "I hate you," and walked back out. Why is he up at 2 a.m.? I tried to go talk to him around 2:30 a.m., but he's not responding to me, just sitting on his iPad. What's going on? Well, now he's an iPad baby? What are your thoughts on this? My thought is I'm confused. My thought is your partner is like a sociopath and you need to run away. Run far, far away. Like the song. It feels like my 20 female boyfriend's 21 male family puts bacon in literally everything every time I visit, and I'm Jewish. My boyfriend says they must forget, but is this normal? And how am I supposed to deal with it? Now, this is the anti-Semitism crisis that everyone has been talking about. I'm not going to read this post because it's really long. Also, this is just America. I really wouldn't be surprised. There are just some people who cannot eat a meal unless it has like dripping red meat in it of some kind. There are some adults in America who genuinely have not advanced to a stage in their life where they can eat a meal that does not have some kind of red meat in it. Honestly, it might be like a aggression towards you. It could quite possibly be. I don't even know if they're smart enough to know that because you're Jewish, you can't eat the bacon. I don't even know if they know that, right? Red meat is like so expensive too. Like beef is literally so much more expensive than pork or chicken. Why are you eating that all the time? And then what, you're complaining about grocery prices, which is an issue, but like maybe don't buy like sirloin steak and eat that 5 times a week then? Red meat is like a luxury. I really don't get it. You know, there's a lot of good food that doesn't involve meat. People who eat like a lot of meat scare me. This is not funny. This is actually a sign that things have gotten very bad, that Israel is making everything worse for Jewish people. Because the mod comments under this, "No, this isn't the place for anti-Semitism. If you have political opinions about Israel and the actions of the Israeli government, take those to a different subreddit. If you feel compelled to equate the Israeli government with all Jewish people, take that to your therapist. All for reasonable advice, this is a reasonable subreddit." Or this is a reasonable question. This is crazy. We've gotten to the point where a mod on a subreddit has to fucking say something about the Israeli genocide of Palestinians. My conclusion, I really think this family is doing this intentionally, jokes all aside. Jokes about serious and pressing issues aside. I do think that they are probably doing this on purpose. Because this person says that every single food item had bacon in it, which is a level of crazy that I've possibly not seen in my life. Anyway, we're going to end it there. The neighbor's dog has stopped barking. And that's really the only pressing issue that has been solved in my life, which isn't really that pressing of an issue. Everything else that was a problem at the beginning of this video is still a problem for me, but at least the neighbor's dog has stopped barking. So we're going to end this video here on I don't know if I could call it a good note, but we're going to end it. If you have anything to say about any of these posts, you think you have any advice for these people, comment them down below. Let me know if you thought I was a good therapist in this video or anything like that. I'd be really curious to hear that. So comment down below, anything you want to comment down below. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you like me, you can subscribe. I post videos about whatever I feel like talking about. So if that sounds like your thing, make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell so you know when I post a video. Before the video ends, I'd like to give a special shout out to my Patreon members who are part of my Alpha and Delta tiers. Thank you so much to Dallas Andrade and Lisbeth Ruiz. I really appreciate your continued support. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And thank you to all my Patreon members. If you want to become a member, the link will be down below. I swear, it will be worth your money. With all that being said, I really hope you all enjoyed this video, but more importantly, I really hope I see you in the next video. Because if you don't, well, would you want me to replace your therapist if you have one? Would you want me to become your therapist? That's what's going to happen if you aren't there for the next video. So, you're going to be there, right? Right?
I want to taste the pain. I think I'm seeing all red. 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head. I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat. But I never back down, man. I'd rather be dead. I'm making love to fate. And she look better in bed. And I'ma rock this life till I take my last breath. I want to make a change. I got 1 life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging. Don't you forget.
You got kicked off your insurance? I see. Unfortunately, we cannot continue our sessions. Yes, we don't accept patients that are out of network, including patients who don't have health insurance. I'm sorry. I really can't do anything about it. My hands are tied. I have to ask, have you considered killing yourself?